Hey there, YouTube land. Big Dave here. I hope everybody's great for 2016. So I have a short topic today, maybe one of my shortest ever, but I'll manage to make it long, so don't worry. What I want to talk to you about is balancing C sharp, open C sharp, and middle D. This is always an issue with the saxophones. Sometimes the D on some horns is very stuffy, and there could be a number of reasons for that. It could be an acoustical problem, a mismatch between the mouthpiece or the reed and the horn itself. So your C sharp might be on the bright side, or on the it might have more, well, it always will have more to it because it's open. Okay, it's a free sounding note. So if I have, so anyway, then you go to D, middle D, and sometimes they don't balance. So when you test out your setups, and it could just be the reed too. Like I could just change this reed and all of a sudden the D will be stuffy. I'm not going to do that right this minute today. It's not necessary. But what I really want to show you is one way that you can match them a little better is if you have a passage that goes back and forth slowly from C sharp to D. So you're playing C sharp to D. Now on here, as I'm putting down all these keys, you know, there's a slight difference. But because my setup pretty much matches the horn and everything else, this is a Mark 7 Selmer. This is a regular Van Doren T75 with a 3 ZZ Jazz and a light Rovner, which is what happens to work pretty good on this horn. If I have to read like a book or something, it like all the notes come out without too much trouble. You could have there's a lot of flexibility in here, and I can articulate my low notes. Is the C sharp to the D sharp is pretty even. But sometimes from the C sharp to the D, so one thing you could do is leave your right hand down and just add the fingers here. So then the C sharp, instead of being, it barely makes a difference. What it does is it closes off the bottom 3 keys, but it also puts this pad down ahead of time, which you really don't need to play a C sharp. And one thing you want to check is there's usually an adjustment, which on this horn is right there. It pushes down this lever, which closes the B flat on the top. It's also the lever you use for your 1-in-1 B flat. So if you're playing from B flat to F, you're just adding these 2 fingers on and off while you leave this down. If you have something where you have to play in the key of B flat, rapid arpeggios. Now you could also just leave the 1 finger down, but that's not necessarily the topic today. All right, so we're talking about matching C sharp open. Another thing you can do with C sharp is, you know, if you watched some of my other videos and learned how to adjust your lip on the bottom. Kind of like what Joe Allard was teaching about rolling the mouthpiece in and out and finding the different tones. There's a lot of variables in the different tones you can make. You also can do the same with the D. So you want to be able to find a pretty good tonal match. That's why it's important